Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to a new video. Happy Sunday morning, 11 a.m. in Mexico City, in Doctores, which is considered the hood for a lot of people here. So if you're watching this, I didn't get shot, I didn't get robbed. Whoop-de-doo. Want to talk about something pretty, honestly, I'm pretty uncomfortable talking about this, as it is an admission that is quite embarrassing, but one that is necessary, in my opinion. And I want to talk about trying to find self-worth and self-value in the presence and in the beauty of others, seeking validation through your partner, something that I have most certainly been guilty of. But today I want to talk about why having that beautiful person next to you, that powerful, impressive trophy, or whatever the case may be, how that inherently is not the solution, even though it might seem that way. So the way it goes is, you might find yourself in a position where, for whatever reason, you want to compensate for something. What might that be? I would know, right? You might want to try to convince yourself and convince society that you are worthy, that you are more than your exterior shell. And you might seek that through the presence of a beautiful girlfriend or boyfriend, right? And so the theory is, if you can just have that person next to you, if you can find a way to conquer them, everything will be okay. So you meet somebody, initially you're in awe. You can hardly believe that this person is even remotely interested in talking to you, as you consider them way out of your league. But somehow you finesse your way into getting to know them. You utilize strong charisma, swagger, irrational self-confidence to persuade them, to charm them, to win them over, maybe even make them fall in love. Little side note, this hood is notorious for jacking cars. So if your car gets jacked in Mexico City, it is likely to be found here. So that's why you see all these wrecks. Make no mistake about it, like obviously now it's pretty okay because it's like 11 a.m. on a Sunday, but probably shouldn't come here. So as I was saying, you meet this incredible angelic person, way out of your league, but you know how to talk. You got a good build, good shoulders. You got the YouTube channel, right? Got good hair. Definitely not talking about me, by the way. Just completely talking in general and hypothetically. So then a relationship ensues and you think you've made it, right? Now here's the problem. Because that deep-rooted insecurity runs so deep, because that inherent lack of self-love is so strong and so present, what'll happen is you will subconsciously begin to start breaking down that amazing, beautiful, wonderful angel that you're with. Because your insecurity is whispering in your ear, telling you daily, like a snake, like a venomous python in your ear, telling you that, dude, if she's with you, if she wants to be with you, that means there's something very wrong with her. If she truly was who you thought she was, if she was that high and mighty and that amazing, she would never want to be with you. Because there's simply no way. Because you don't feel like you actually deserve that. You don't feel like you're actually worthy of that love, of that acceptance, of that happiness. So you start bringing the other person down subconsciously. You start looking for flaws. It's the ultimate form of self-sabotage. The crazy part is you don't even realize it. It disguises as your heart, your brain, but it's not. We need to take a step back and try to disassociate with those voices in our head. That's why I'm not a big believer. I'm not big on follow your heart. People far too often mistake their self-hate, their insecurity for their intuition, for their heart. No. You need to learn to take a step back and look at that voice. Acknowledge that it's there. Acknowledge that it's talking to you. But stop giving it so much credence. Because what will happen is, over time, you will completely convince yourself that there is something very wrong with that person, and that it goes that far that you even end up thinking you're making a mistake being with them. And so subconsciously, you start treating them less good than you should. You stop paying attention to details. You become lazy and complacent because deep down, you're looking for a way out. You're already thinking like, this is not it. This was a mistake, you know? And so, when finally that person that you're not treating that well, now don't get me wrong, guys, I'm not talking about, you're not treating them bad, right? You're not being a bad person, you're not being abusive, none of that. You're just not giving them the adoration and the respect that they deserve. You start slipping, and sooner than later you'll find yourself, because it's always like you make a lot of small mistakes, which is fine, and you can cover it up with a joke, a smile, hee hee ha ha, but it's a slippery slope, and sooner than later you'll find yourself making a big mistake. And now you've made that big mistake, and now the other person catches on that you're not treating them the way they should, because that other person might have enough self-love, and that other person does have more self-respect than you do. And so naturally, if they are grounded and mentally healthy, happy, self-confident people, they're not gonna put up with you messing up. They're not gonna put up with you being lazy and you not giving them what they deserve. And they'll leave. And the second they leave, that's when you realize that that voice talking to you in the back of your head was never your friend. It was your enemy all along. And it wasn't true. Guys, check out this van. That's like a Nazi Volkswagen. Am I tripping? Anyway, the minute they leave, once again, you go back to the initial stage of understanding. They were indeed what you thought they were. They were amazing, beautiful people radiating light. But because you didn't feel like you deserved it, you self-sabotaged, and now they're gone, and now you're depressed, and now you're crying, and now it's too late. So you can try to conquer and persuade as many beautiful, wonderful people as you like. It's not gonna matter, because until you truly feel like you deserve to be with them, like you truly feel like you're on the same level, you're always gonna self-sabotage. You're always gonna mess it up. So you can't skip no steps. You can't rush the process. You can't get ahead of yourself. You have to do the work. And in my case, doing the work at this point is first and foremost acknowledging it, acknowledging what's taking place, and being honest and open about it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I gotta say, it's been a rough couple of days. Yesterday I went to this club, and I was leaving the club at like 1:30 a.m. Mexican time. And in Belgium they were waking up. And I got some really bad news that one of my aunts died. One of my favorite aunts, an amazing, beautiful, strong, resilient person. Somebody that was always in my life and that lives very close to my parents' house. And getting that unexpected news and getting that news at 1 in the morning, it made me realize how far removed I am from all my family and people back home, and I felt so lonely and discouraged in that moment, and it's been rough. I'm not gonna lie. I cried a couple of times yesterday, which really helped, but it's on my mind all the time, and dealing with something like that, like the death of a relative. Fuck. Why do I always do this? Dealing with that whilst living on the other side of the world is very hard, and I'm trying to keep it together, and I'm trying to remember this too won't last, this too shall pass. So for anybody going through something, stay down with me, stay down until you come up. This too won't last, this too shall pass. Alright guys, I'm done. Hope you have an amazing Sunday. I love you all, and thank you so much for watching and listening. Peace out.